impact of those price swings.
Dollar cost averaging, spreading the love, and hopefully the risk.
Okay, that's a helpful tip. But beyond the whole investment aspect of things, I'm really curious about the bigger picture here. If Story Protocol really takes off, what could this mean for the average person? Not just investors, but for creators, consumers, the whole IP landscape.
That's the really fascinating part of all this, isn't it? The potential impact of this technology goes far beyond just the price of the IP token.
Okay, paint me a picture. What could this look like in the future?
Well, imagine a world where musicians can easily license their music directly to fans, or where filmmakers can do the same without having to go through all these complex intermediaries. Imagine artists being able to retain more control over their work, track its use, and receive fairer compensation for it.
It sounds like a much more empowering system for creators, cutting out all those gatekeepers and middlemen. Exactly. It has the potential to democratize access to creative works and make it a lot easier for artists to make a living from their passion.
Okay, that makes sense. But you mentioned earlier that the implications go beyond just the creative industries, right? What other areas could be impacted by this type of technology?
Well, think about things like patents, scientific discoveries, research data. All these forms of intellectual property could potentially be managed and shared more efficiently and transparently using blockchain technology. It could really foster more collaboration and innovation across so many different fields.
So Story Protocol is focused on creative works right now, but the potential applications are much broader. We could be talking about a fundamental shift in how we think about ownership and value in this digital age. It's a pretty big deal.
It is a huge deal,
Yeah.
and we're still very much in the early stages of this technological revolution. But Story Protocol is definitely at the forefront of this movement, and IIP is the token that's driving all this change. It's definitely worth paying attention to, even if you're not fully immersed in the crypto world yet.
Okay, so we've covered the market performance, the price predictions, those risks, and the potential. But how does Story Protocol stack up against other projects out there that are also tackling this whole idea of blockchain-based IP management? You mentioned earlier that they're positioning themselves as a leader in this space, but are there any competitors we should be aware of?
Yeah, that's a great question, and there are definitely other projects out there exploring this space for sure. But I think what sets Story Protocol apart is their real focus on building a comprehensive ecosystem.
Okay, so what do you mean by that?
Well, they're not just creating a platform for registering IP. They're building tools for licensing, for tracking usage, even for resolving disputes. And they're also actively partnering with industry leaders, which gives them a huge advantage in terms of adoption and reach.
So it sounds like they're really trying to be a one-stop shop for everything IP related in the Web3 world.
Essentially, yeah. And they seem